the summer is officially behind us. I hope you all had a great Labor Day. Any fun Labor Day adventures you guys participated in? Or did you just booze and relax like I did?
Yeah, mostly the latter.
Counted up my winnings at the casino.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tens of dollars.
Tens of dollars. No, but I what I do love at the end of summer when everybody posts all their vacation photos is I love looking at all the groups of gals who went out to the beach and they decided they all had to scrunch together and lean forward and ruin all of those fucking beautiful, expensive outfits that they put together so that they could somehow crop themselves into a photo like the world doesn't fucking see exactly what it is. It's the most obnoxious thing, and only women seem to do it. Anytime guys get together to take a photo, what is it? It's arms behind arms, arms behind bodies. We all know how tall we are. I know that I'm not a mammoth of a man, and that Wes is going to be like a full head higher than me. But at no point in my life as a male have I ever had somebody, hey, can you scrunch down so we're the same height? Can you scrunch down so all of our heads are aligned all the way across? And then when you look at our knees, Joni looks like she's about to swallow a dwarf into her vagina. Can we do that pose? It's the dumbest thing I've ever fucking witnessed, and only women seem to do it. And I would like to take this moment to ask them to please stop. Please.
We want all women in this photo to be the same height.
Do you know what, Alan? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like the old sorority squat.
Yes, the old sorority squat.
Yeah.
What I don't get, especially in the modern era, is they take that picture like they're going to crop it, but they never crop it. And there's always the tall chick whose knees are buckled and sticking out, and it just makes them. It could be the most attractive girl in the entire squad, but she looks like she's got some sort of neurological disorder that doesn't allow her joints to line up properly. And I don't know why they do it. And I'd like
aesthetic, some weird aesthetic. The one I can't get over, and it's not just focused on pictures like this, although it does happen in every photo like this, but it could be any photo, whether it be a couple of them and their man or a family member or whatever. If they're towards the side, the leg that's out, they cock up.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I don't get why. I understand if you're dressed nicely or you're posing, but it's like every photo, it's this weird Pavlovian, like, oh, my body's at 11 o'clock. The camera's here. Let me lift my left leg up in an angle. Boop. Like, wait, what? Why?
I guess I'm always trying to figure out what that's for. Is it to make everyone... Okay, like when you lined up for sports photos, team photo day, right? Mm-hmm. You always got the biggest guys in the back. You always got the, normal-sized dudes in the middle row. And then you got the short shits like me, like sitting crisscross applesauce right there in the front row. And that made us all leveled out. But it's not like the guys in the back row all like hunched down in some weird contorted position to make themselves like, look at that. Everybody in the back row is all exactly 5'11" tall. That's amazing. Yeah. Stop it.
He's got a point. It is kind of dumb.
Yeah. It's like what do we should label this the summer where women were all the same height, Sometimes it's like the Chinese calendar. The year of the dragon, the year of the monkey, the year of the same heighted woman.
But back in the day when you got not Polaroids, but like, your standard 35 millimeter film back, like a lot of girls would go and they would like, crop the photo into a frame, like, and they would cut the photo at the knees. So it was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But now it's just, they raw dog them right onto Facebook, right on Instagram. And now you just have a bunch of people that look crippled in photos, and I would just like them to stop it. I don't need to think that everybody is like exactly the same stature. Just fucking stand there and take a nice photo of each other. Just look at me with your with your back arched and your tits out. That's all we care about. That's what we need. We don't care about how tall you are.
Believe it or not, some of you are different height. I mean, I know that's odd. That could be a weird perception to the human eye. I don't know. I mean, Alan, does this trouble you as much as it troubled Murr?
I mean, I wouldn't say that it troubles me that much. I don't pay attention to it a whole lot. But
I'm telling you,
he's got a point. Is all. I mean, I know what I know what he's saying, and I understand, and I don't disagree. It is a little weird, but yeah, it doesn't affect me. I think like it affects Murr.
I think it genuinely troubles me when I see that they've done this thing and they just all look gangly and awkward, and I just feel like I'm doing them a service by saying stop it. You know, it's an old bit by the late great Bob Newhart where it's like, hey, you know that thing you do? Yeah, stop it. We're done with it. Knock it off, okay? Because there's always the tall girl who ends up just hunched down. Her dress looks shitty. Her elbows look gangly. Her knees look awkward. And it's all what? Because little 5'1" Susie needs somebody to fucking lean into her fucking ear and tell her she's beautiful. You're not Susie, okay? Judy, who's 5'10", who deserves to be the crowning jewel of this photo, deserves to show off her physique and her figure.
Give her the Michaela Maloney look of a disgust at her bust. Like,
Disgust at her bust.
There it is.
It's good. It's good wordplay.
Yeah, that's another one. This is not recent because I remember I was taking a photo at Mother's circa like 2011. Okay, I was there with an ex, and her and a couple of her roommates got together for a photo. And one of her roommates was not only a pretty girl, but just like way too manicured, tanned regularly, got all the bells and whistles done and everything. And it kind of took away from some of the natural beauty that she had. But anyway, in a photo that I was about to take, and they all kind of lined up, you know, as you said, Murr, let's get the same height. And she did the duck face. It was like, all right, ready? Like, put her lips out. And I was like, oh, you're not doing that sarcastically. That's how you pose for photos. Interesting. Okay. Oh, here we go. Say cheese. Say quack.
Well, you know what? I'd like to make this a little bit of a body positivity segment here. Like, look, fillers and stuff, fine, whatever. It's your body. You do what you want. But when you look like you have an active food allergy at play, it's a problem. It's not attractive. You know, like some of these older ladies that like start getting work done. Look, I get it, but I've never. I don't know. Look at somebody like now. Sandra Bullock obviously is like an outlier. I mean, but she doesn't look like she's had a lot of work done. And if she has, it's like maintenance work. It's not quote unquote enhancement work. We all see your enhancement. We judge your enhancement. Some dudes are into enhancement, but the dudes that are into enhancement are also probably into other dudes.
Yeah, man, it's a little much. We could go further, but I think we'll get ourselves in some more hot water.
I'm not worried about it. Look, if you I would prefer, rather than have like implants put in, that you have like, I don't know, just like a standard, like, let's just tighten them up a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, there are also there's ones like there's like under the muscle ones, right?
Yeah, but they still get misshapen. They still look odd. I mean, that was such an 80s
You're
thing.
Vetoing breast implants. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not 100% vetoing breast implants, but I mean, we all know we've seen good ones and we've seen bad ones.
Mm-hmm.
And if I even go back in time, now looking with a critical eye, like Pam Anderson's weren't really that good. It's just for the time. It's like watching CGI from 2000 and be like, did you see The Matrix? No, I'll watch it now. You can see The Matrix. You can see The Matrix. They ain't fooling me. But back then, it was like we'd never seen anything like it before. You can do that?
Yeah.
And we were mesmerized by it. But now it's like, yeah, you know, there's other techniques you can probably utilize. It would be a little more attractive, just to let you know.
Well, what are they?
Like I said, like just an augmentation of your natural tissue. Like you don't have to necessarily stuff something in there where I can tell something's been stuffed in there. I would prefer that. I'd prefer, I guess what I'm getting at, and this is actually positive. I would prefer the more natural enhancement to the unnatural implementation of foreign substances.
Okay. I mean, I don't hate that.
And plus,
Yeah.
I just
I'll
want to
friend
say,
that.
we can. I guess my point is like, look, we can tell, but if us being able to tell is superior to what you had naturally, then good for you. Go for it. You know, like, yay. I don't know. Like sometimes I see people like they get like the veneers. Some people have bad teeth. And if the fake looking veneers are an enhancement from your snarly fucking shitty God given natural teeth, I say go with the fucking like light up the room glowing white fucking porcelain veneers. But if you already have decent teeth, just go with those.
Just roll with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or get some
Yeah.
Invisalign, you know?
100%.
Whatever. I get what you're saying. Because I think like the big thing now is like all the ladies of all ages. Because like before getting Botox meant like going to a doctor and seeing a medical professional. And like now you can go to like
Stacy.
a strip mall. You know what I mean? You can go like, you can stop in and pick up like a Panera order. And then like, or like place a Panera order and then walk in and get a couple units of fucking Botox in your lips next door, and then come back and pick up your Greek goddess salad or whatever you got from Panera. So like, it's like my point is that I think like they're doing it a lot more and a lot younger and a lot more often, and like I'm seeing a lot of expressionless faces on ladies these days, and I'm just like, ladies, I would like to see if you know how to smile. Can you? Is it possible? Is it physically in there? Like, but a lot of people do it, and it's wild to me that like the Botox is so freely used these days.
Yeah. I have a.
And I can tell, like, reverse it.
Someone you were talking about the veneer. Someone I knew, someone I know, family member, got veneers done because their teeth went to shit, and then in the midst of a life transformation, lost a bunch of weight. So the teeth were designed for someone who was of a certain proportion, and when that person lost a lot of weight, it looked like chiclets. It looked like from Dennis the Menace.
Yeah,
if you recall that scene.
Well, like Luke Bryan, the country singer guy, like, whoo boy. I mean, he looks like he could just open his mouth and like fucking like Ethiopia would fucking just like at night. I mean, just like Jesus God, man, what are you doing? You had decent teeth before. I don't know. It's just a lot of times I feel like these things are unnecessary for certain people, and just like leaning down in a photo at your summer beach trip with all your girlfriends is wildly unnecessary. We all notice. And I'm just asking you to stop. Just stop.
That's right.
And by the way, my suggestion is easier on your life. And I'm telling you it's the more preferred route.
Stop leaning over, right? Stop crouching down for your friends.
Yeah.
Stand up. Get the uneven picture. It's all right.
Yeah. Look, man, men are forgiving. Are you doing it for yourselves? Are you doing it for you? Are you doing it for your friends? Are you doing it for dudes that might be ogling your pictures? If you're doing it for the dudes ogling your pictures, let me tell you, we ogle at anything and everything. You don't got to try. We're already looking at it.
I was the small one in the picture. Ooh, damn. Don't know about that. Middle class souls, everyone, Foxman, Alan, and Murr. We got some lists for you. Let's see here. 35 things that basically everyone or every person did during their childhood, but never talks about. Never, ever. I don't know about the never, ever, because we're going to talk about it now, and I talked about this in my youth. But I'm going to skip to number 2, because this cracks me up. It was something you guys chatted about, only swimming in pools. I had this exact fear, and it shows a picture of a shark in a swimming pool. It's when you guys talked about not swimming in any body of water. I don't swim in lakes. I don't swim in oceans, rivers. Nope.
Well, I'm not a dumbass. I know that there's not sharks in pools, which is why the pool is the only place I prefer to swim.
I understand. I also know that I like swam in my grandparents' pool when I was, a child at night and wondered like, well, maybe a shark got in the irrigation system. Who's got to be on the lookout?
I do remember there was a pool, a family friend's pool, and they had like frogs and like the it was an in-ground pool, and they had frogs and like the filters. And I was like, oh, I don't know about this place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seems a little
That's Kelly's in-laws, or my in-laws, Kelly's parents have a pool. Get a couple frogs in there from time to time. I'm like, that's a lot
Now-
of wildlife.
We had a mutual friend-ish back in the day. We'll call him Benny Kenner. They had a natural pool in the backyard.
Okay.
And I was always like, what does that mean exactly? And if you looked out there, it was like it had like the like the kind of the swamp scum on top and sticks sticking out of it. And I'm just like, is that a pond or is it just a pool that you guys never cleaned and claim it's a body of water that you can swim in? I never understood this.
It sounds like a pond, but
well-
it's Cecil Tucky, so I don't know. It sounds like it's some offshoot.
I just legit think it was like a cement pond. I think they legitimately had an in-ground pool installed, never took care of it, and just determined like, well, I mean, if you can swim in a pond, I mean, you can swim in this pool.
Yeah.
we just did some elbow grease in the backyard and pulled out 3 feet worth of dirt. Let the natural rain just fill that puppy up.
That's right.
This is in a website. You must be of legal age to view the content. What year were you born? Me at age 11, playing it safe. 1753. I don't remember the age. I always just remember like, click here. This says you're 18. And I was just like, ooh, maybe somebody's watching. I don't know. Never deterred me, of course.
No, I always picked my month and date, but the year. Yeah, I always made sure it was like 21, at least 21 or over, maybe
Right.
23. Throw them off.
Yeah, McLovin them.
Just in case.
But why would you even? But why? Wait, but the whole thing is like things that you didn't talk about. I mean, I was on a porn site. It was like, oh, how'd you get in? Like, we didn't have to discuss it. It was just like known. Oh, I lied.
Yeah.
Right.
I clicked the buttons.
I anonymously lied so I could see vaginas and boobs.
Yeah, and shame on first generation, I guess net nannies, like the honor system. Like by clicking this, you acknowledge that you're 18. Like, okay.
Well, it's still the honor system, though. We just don't think about it. Like every time I go to like X Hamster, it's like, do you claim that you're at least 18 years or older? I'm like, yeah.
It thanks a lot, Tipper Gore.
Wait, what was she the pioneer? Was she the Mount Rushmore of that?
She was.
Yes, she was. She's the person who got the parental advisory sticker. And I can specifically remember Ice Cube thanking Tipper Gore for getting the parental advisory stickers put on fucking albums. Because as soon as they put them on there, they sold 1 million more albums.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. There's a picture of me in college doing this. I don't even know what that symbol is.
It's the sign of the devil, man.
With a parental advisory explicit lyrics T-shirt on.
Nice.
God, it's lovely.
So
I had this
badass.
exact thought while I was home from school. Remember those days when you were sick and you check the time and you'd think they're eating right now.
I still do that.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't even eating. It was like, oh, they're struggling through geometry right now.
No, I mean, I do that. Like, even like if on my day off and I'm not at work, I'm like, ooh, if I were at work, I'd be over here by now. I'd be doing this right now. Why would you talk about that? I think that's the better question.
Yeah,
Hey man,
everybody
you
has
guys
those
ever
thoughts.
home on your day off and think what they're doing at work? It's the most boring fucking conversation you could ever have.
Yeah.
Did anyone else believe that gum would sit in your stomach for 7 years if you swallowed it? Please say yes, or I'd feel weird.
I mean, that was the rumor, so yeah, we all discussed it. Don't swallow your gum.
7 years, that's got to be a weird wives' tale, though, right?
I think technically, like, it won't dissolve.
Gum's tough to digest.
Right, but you're gonna shit it out before. It doesn't matter. It's just gonna come out in a turd.
It's gonna stick to your ribs. That's what I heard.
That's just shit your parents tell you so you don't choke on fucking gum.
That's right. It's actually like for those who are only listening, it's a two-sided football, or a football that has two colors on both sides. Like throwing one of those around with a big chunk out of it.
What, like the Nerf football?
Yeah.
What would you talk about? Everybody, there was just thing. The Nerf. Oh, I hate this list right now. The Nerf football would just get chewed up.
I guess the idea is like someone took a bite out of it.
Well, no, it just got chunked up. Like you'd throw it, it would hit a rock, or like it would get a nick in it, and then it would rain. And every time you caught it and squished it, it would just. Old Nerf footballs were not. Dude, they're beautiful now. Me and William go outside and throw one. Oh, it's glorious. It's like like the Tempur-Pedic foam, like you put on your bed. Like that's what they're made of now. And they've got this nice like sheen but flexible like lacquer on them. Oh, they're glorious. You can throw a perfect spiral every time. Amazing. Yeah, kids today, they don't fucking know. There was a time where there was just some guy in China stomping out fucking like weird oblong foam shapes and shipping them over to America and making $1 billion.
Yeah.
Why did Mama make me think it was illegal to turn the light on in the car while we were driving through my childhood?
I still believe that.
Yeah.
That's against the law?
I don't believe it anymore, but it's definitely a thing.
I definitely think cops are going to pull me over because they think I'm rolling a blunt while I'm driving.
Yeah.
Yeah. Turn the light on. Turn the light on. There's another car coming.
That's more realistic.
It's 13-year-old me watching television with my parents, not moving a muscle so they don't notice it's past my bedtime.
Yeah, that was definitely a thing.
Yeah, I did that thinking like I'm on house money right now. Yeah. They don't even notice I'm here. They knew, but I mean,
yeah,
I kind of didn't know. My mom's got her face in a book, and my dad's 8 Heinekens deep. I'm like, all right, if don't move.
Here's the secret to kids who shouldn't be listening to this show in the first place. If you're not acting like an asshole, I'll let you do whatever you want until you naturally fall asleep. Like if William's watching a movie and he's shutting the fuck up, you can stay up as late as you want, champ. You're being great. You're like a normal person right now.
Not going to parent you for being normal. This is a good one. It's stabbing eraser, stabbing the living life out of an eraser. It's like, my brain, do it. Me, why? My brain, just do it. Me, okay. It's a picture of someone just jabbing a number 2 pencil into an inch-long eraser.
Christ,
this is about bored minds.
Well, yeah. I mean, ask any girl how many erasers they fucking, like, eviscerated just sitting in class. Boys are bored. Boys like stabbing things. It's kind of science. That kind of wraps that up.
Yeah.
Teacher, the subject is easy. You learned it in 5th grade, me in 5th grade, and it shows you putting a transparent ruler across your eye so you could see everything had like a green sheer across it, assuming your ruler was neon.
I just remember doing that kind of shit and thinking I was Geordie LaForge. That's what Geordie sees in Star Trek.
That's what you guys did?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
No, okay.
I can.
Hear you. Hold on.
Yeah, I just think BuzzFeed's falling flat on this one.
Yeah. It's not very good.
Into bits. Let's see here. Whenever I walk by a tree, just slap the limbs, slap the leaves.
This is just kid shit, though. You know what I mean? Like you said, like idle minds will find something ridiculous to do. The one you skipped over was like the blowing the bubbles in milk. I mean, yeah, because it's amazing to just have this chemical reaction for no reason and just do it. Every kid blew their fucking bubbles in milk. As soon as the first cup of milk William had with a straw in it, all right, don't do that. Why? Because it's gonna eventually come over the sides. No, it's not. Oh, it's coming over the sides. Yeah, that's what fucking happens. Like, there's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just
Sure.
curiosity and fucking stupidity.
Yeah, but when I'm walking, I still pull leaves from a tree.
Yeah. Sure.
Like, wow, got him.
I did go through a weird phase where I was like, I felt bad for the tree, so I kind of stopped doing it for a while.
So when it's like putting a like a hair clip over your mouth, making it look kind of
Like a duck face.
like a duck face, Mad Maxy style. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've watched William do that. I'm like, don't do that. You're gonna hurt your lips. And it's like, no, I won't. Ow! Like, yep, there you go.
5-year-old me pretending to smoke when it's cold outside.
But again, I go back to the title of this list, like things that everybody did that nobody talks about. Like, why would you discuss this with people? Like, these are either weird or you just know that everybody does them.
This is like everyone. Okay, so I didn't go to much church, but you guys can answer this one for me. Me, as a kid in church, seeing who would die if a light fixture fell. It's just a guy like looking up.
I mean, I don't think it has to be necessarily a church thing. I still do that, depending on the scenario. Like, oh, what if that light fixture comes down? Who's getting sawed in half? Who's gonna make it? Sitting at a red light. If somebody runs this light, who's getting T-boned? Yeah, I still do that.
Gotcha. T-bone.
Cool.
Half. Let's see here. Oh yeah, pretending your skin was peeling when glue was on it.
I still do that one. Now that
Eating macaroni.
Yeah, I mean,
putting 4 macaroni strands through your fork.
To do what?
Like one on each prong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Uh-huh.
I used to do that. No? They just slide a
Murray,
nail
you're not
through it.
familiar?
No, that one I'm not aware of. We didn't talk about that one. Never discussed it.
All right, these are things you never talked about in your youth. Next is rock songs that you pray or hope that you're sick of hearing at sporting events. All right, Metallica, Enter Sandman.
Again, but if Mariano Rivera's coming out of that fucking bullpen and that song comes on, I hate the Yankees more than anything that's ever existed. But I gotta admit, the hair stood up on the fucking back of my neck when that fucking came down, especially in like a close fucking tight game. Like, ooh.
Yeah, Mo came walking out, just not even trotting, just do.
I mean, it's situational. I get where they can be oversaturated, but there's a reason those guys like float around on a cloud of money because that shit's so goddamn good.
Mm-hmm.
This one I don't agree with. Welcome to the Jungle by Guns N' Roses.
Again, situational. That song is not going to get played unless it's time to fucking break some skulls, man. And that. Dun, bump, 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 bump. Like, dude, there's not much else in rock and roll history that's going to get you fucking lit up like that song.
Yeah.
And the time that somebody's going to play it in a stadium means it's the moment.
So
that's facts.
This one I kind of agree with because it's gotten oversaturated. Seven Army Nation by the White Stripes.
Still disagree.
Yeah, it fits.
I mean, I get pumped up, but it's just like it's every fucking college, every college atmosphere has it, and it's lost its luster. It started with Penn State, I thought, then it migrated to Baltimore, which way I heard it. It started in Europe and then migrated over here. And it's just like every time something good happens, it's like do.
I know, but I feel like when it does, again, situational, when it does start playing, it's at a point where the stadium, there's something about having thousands of people in unison, like agreeing on something and agreeing to make that sound together. Because they can cut the music and you'll still hear, oh, 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 And that's something, man. That's
Yeah.
something. And a lot of times, too, like with this list, the reason I was kind of apprehensive about hitting this one is you guys go to a lot more sporting events than I do. So for me, these are more unique experiences. Like you guys experience like Seven Nation Army probably way more often than the average human. But like I feel like the stadiums do these things for the experience of people who don't experience it all the time. And it's almost like going to a concert, like, yeah, they played this last time. But for the guy who's not been there, like this is mind blowing. But if you're there way too often, anything's gonna sound like it's overdone.
Yeah, that's reasonable. I think I agree with you though. I think they're all situational. Like they all have their place. Like I don't feel like I hear Enter Sandman really all that much. Like you said, it was Mariano Rivera. It's not like they just play it all fucking willy nilly at Orioles games or Ravens games. Like, yeah, I think the fucking Seven Nation Army that kind of fits here with us.
Yeah.
So I think that one works. Like, I guess there are some that are probably played out, but I think we're lucky. We have some decent ones.
I just think, okay, with the seven, I do understand. So far of this whole list, I feel like Seven Nation Army might be the one.
Yeah, that's the most understandable.
But it's like if you're down 7-2 and you hit like a 1-run home run at 7-3 and they start playing, it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Let's simmer down now. But if it's like, I don't know, 5-8 and you hit a grand slam, you can probably play that for the next 15 minutes, and I'm going to think it's the greatest thing I've ever heard.
That's Thunderstruck by AC/DC.
Fuck you, man.
Yeah.
That opening lick. I don't know what you need in life. I don't know who hurt this person who made this list.
Let's save this one for a drinking game. Then Crazy Train by Ozzy. I don't know if I've ever heard that at a sporting event.
I would say probably more football and probably like after like a touchdown for kickoff, like on a board. But by the way, Crazy Train is one of those weird songs where it's like it's a metal song for the first like 15 seconds and then turns to yacht rock immediately, and nobody notices for some reason because it's like on a board. Ba-dum. Bottom, and then all of a sudden, it's like it's the lamest fucking song of all time after the 15-second mark. Go ahead, listen to it. Tell me I'm a liar.
Is he a liar, Alan?
No, he's not. He's right.
And by the way, there is a guy on TikTok who has been taking metal songs and making yacht rock out of them. They're fucking amazing.
Yes, I forget which one I saw the other day, and it was beautiful.
It was they're all amazing. He did Alice in Chains. He's done all sorts of shit. It's this black guy with this huge fucking beard, and I think he sings a little bit of it and then tells AI to use that style and make the song. Oh, he's amazing. This guy's like my spirit animal. Every time I fucking see him, he's joyous. He picks the right songs, and he does them fucking right.
I've been on a big yacht rock kick recently. And
I didn't realize how much I like yacht rock until I started watching this channel.
It's so good. I was we were playing golf with a fraternity brother of ours, and I was like, I told him, I was like, I'm kicking up the yacht rock, and he was like, what? And then I played this playlist, and like 4 songs in, he was like, this fucking playlist is amazing, and I was like, yep, I know, buddy.
Again, situational. If you're chilling, yacht rock is the route to go. Okay, but like the baseball game, you don't need to like pina coladas.
I agree.
G7. All right, that concludes our list for this podcast. Murr, I think you got some fun facts for us. Let's hear it.
I sure diddly do. Let's get to it. 5 fun facts for you fuckers on a Friday. OMG facts! Brought to you, of course, by our great friend, the Cuckster. You can find him on Instagram. It's Cuckster4 Live Cuckster. The number 4 live on Instagram. So he's wrapped up his North American tour. He's given some advice now, I believe. What's the Cuckster up to these days?
Cuckster found Jesus, and Cuckster has comments. Now he's trying to get into the pop culture with the Hawk 2 girl. And soon, probably sooner rather than later, we're going to find about the origins of the Cuckster, how he got into the old, the world that you know as cucking.
I have a feeling his wife had a little more to do with it than he did.
I was gonna say, I don't know if you had a choice.
If you want to find out all the dark, deep, dirty details of the Cuckster, and I'd like to, I do recommend going back and listen to his how he found Jesus. Let's get to it. 5 fun facts for you fuckers on a Friday. Did you know a jellyfish with tentacles measuring 120 feet washed ashore in Massachusetts Bay in 1870?
Jeez.
I mean,
They chop it up, make some calamari.
That's a jellyfish, but that's a big fucking jellyfish. 120 feet. What is that? That's
some of them get big.
It's like 4 first downs.
Well, 120 feet. What is that in yards? Is that how many yards?
40 yards.
40 yards. Okay. All right. I mean,
that's jellyfish are fucking weird, man. I don't know. I know the one thing that I know about them is that loggerheads eat them, and loggerheads are being killed to extinction, and it's fucking things up.
Yes, but I also know that, like, I mean, I remember being in Ocean City, and it was like one of those years, those little like silver dollar sized jellyfish were like just rampaging, and they were in every wave that came through. That's where I learned to hate the water the most, and I couldn't imagine being in the water and having a 120-foot tentacled jellyfish. That would do it as well. Either 1,000 silver dollar sized or 120-footer. Either way, fuck a jellyfish and fuck the ocean.
Don't literally fuck one.
Well, you know,
probably a bad,
if you do, tape it and let me watch. Did you know? This is so hard. Yeah, I love when they do a did you know and they go right into a question. Did you know? Ever heard of a cryptovolcano? It's a volcano that shoots out ice. I'm sorry, let me fuck that up 3 times in a row. Have you ever heard of a cryovolcano? It's a volcano that shoots out ice rather than lava. Cryovolcanoes only exist in outer space. They can be found on icy moons.
Ew. Crypto, I like that better. It just shoots out hypothetical dollars.
Yeah, it shoots out pretend money. On Robinhood.
Rob from the rich and give to whoever is dumb enough to invest into it. I don't know. I digress because people have gotten rich off of this type of stuff. But yeah, crypto, man. Well, I wonder where to get the gusto. I mean, you know.
Oh, you know, I'm fucked up, and it's cryovolcano. It's
cryo. I understand. I'm talking about those right now. Cryo, like what what generates the juice for Iceman to come out in 1,000 particles.
What is it? There's one of the moons of Jupiter. I can't remember which one it is. I don't know. I'll just say Io because that's the only one I can think of right now. But like, it's just it's literally just like Earth's geology, except it's made of ice and water, and when the sun hits it just right, it explodes. It ejaculates ice particles.
It's a Peter North size.
That's right.
Ice ejaculate comes out that you've never seen before in your life.
Yeah. Gets all hot and bothered. Okay. Did you know the Bible is the most shoplifted book?
Wow. From where?
Hotels? Everywhere. I mean, the whole thing with like, I wonder how many people our parents' age have like Gideon Bibles just like hanging out in the house because every hotel room had one and everybody stole it.
Yep.
Why not? I mean, that's a great look. If you're trying to spread the word, I mean,
Spread the gospel.
Yeah,
Through the hands of the needy.
thievery. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're not like going into Barnes and Noble and be like, let me find a Bible section. Get a couple of these puppies out of here.
I mean, don't tempt me.
It's like you could.
I know.
All right, sorry, Cecil County Library. My apologies.
I do wonder though, like if you were like, hey, I'm stealing this Bible, I wonder how much flack you would catch for it. I wonder if Bibles are like suggested retail price. Because who owns the Bible?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
I don't know. I would think that's probably like public, like community property. You know what I mean? It's like one of the. It's like those clip arts that everybody can use because
Yeah.
it's just a blanket fucking copyright.
But I guess, I mean, like what? I mean, I guess anybody can publish a Bible technically. Like you and I could publish a Bible and just stamp a price on there.
Yeah.
It almost seems wrong to charge for it though.
Does it though?
It does, yeah. You know, I mean, look, I know you're jaded and all.
Not
but, like,
to me, but
I mean,
you know who's been charging for the Bible for a long fucking time? The church.
yeah, I know. But they've also handed out a lot of them for free. So I feel like, you know, I don't know.
Define free, sir.
It does seem like a suggested retail price and less of an actual, like I said, you know, like we'd like you to pay $15 for this. But if you walk away with it, we just ask that you read it. You know what I mean?
Huh. Look at that. So I'm just Googling. So all modern Bible translations are copyrighted, which fucking duh. I mean, God's omnipotent fucking word must be owned and copyrighted by someone. Fucking the King James Version is owned by the Crown, and only Cambridge University Press is allowed to publish it.
Really?
Yep. I don't even know the New International Version Bible. See, we just keep changing it anyway. Doesn't even fucking matter.
Oh, it's terrible. I've read that one, or portions of that one, and it's just like, it takes all that beautiful, flowery King James language and just dumbs it down.
You know?
Even more.
You know? You gotta cater to your base, I guess. You know? Business is business. Yeah, so that's just interesting things. Did not know that, but yeah. All of these are copyrighted.
We need a Trumptonian Bible. we need the Trump organization to like get it down to like 30 pages.
Cliff notes.
It's a fucking pamphlet. Like, here you go.
Bad things are bad. Don't do bad things.
I think I've thrown away a lot of Bible pamphlets in my day.
Those are Jehovah's Witness pamphlets.
Oh, is that what that is?
Those are watchtowers, sir.
Yeah.
People like on the boardwalk.
The watchtowers. Jesus.
Did you know castoreum, aka beaver anal juice, is most commonly found as a flavor enhancer in
Vanilla.
raspberry products?
Oh, that's true too.
That's why it's a fun fact. See, I knew about the vanilla, but apparently, man, I mean, we've been licking the wrong beaver, boys. You know what I'm saying?
Where are the beaver farms to extract this? You know, where do you have these anuses linked up to milking stations at a processing plant somewhere in West Virginia, just excreting as much as you can possibly? And the beavers are getting fed; they're just chilling. Yeah, all right, and just. This is my pride beaver. This puppy can do 1.5 gallons a day. Look at that thing go.
That's the one you take. That's the one you take to the fair.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, this is my vanilla beaver, and over here's my raspberry beaver.
Yeah.
There's some prize beaver. You want a little sample?
That's right.
Get on up there. He likes it.
Yeah, get on in.
Tell you what, when you drink the juice, that's one thing. But when your tongue hits that little ring of life right there, ooh wee!
Call that the ring of fire, baby. You know what I'm saying? You take that tail, tuck her up, Get it close to your forehead. There you go. There you go. Get in there.
We found that they excrete more when you read to them from stolen Bibles. Seems to be a stimulant of sorts.
Don't read that New World shit, man. They hate that shit.
New World Bible. Ugh, yucky.
Did you know? On any given day, 400 million people across the globe will have sexual intercourse, which means that about 4,000 people are probably doing it right now.
When you read that fact, I immediately went to Dazed and Confused when they're on the water tower. Like, look out there. Think of all the people fucking right now.
Classic.
4,000, baby. 4,000 people just getting a little vanilla and raspberry juice. You know what I'm saying?
And that beaver milk. I got you.
Depends on time of the month.
Yeah. So you're saying 4,000 right now as we talk.
4,000 as we speak. 400 million today.
Damn.
So presumably that was 200 million with another 200 million across the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, there may have been a few threesomes or foursomes or cucking, whatever floats your boat. Yeah.
Yeah, it's give or take, it's plus or minus.
There's a margin of error. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's an odd
exact.
thought. And by the way, that is your Fun Fact Friday. But here's an odd thought that I have quite often. Like, anytime I see, like, a foreigner from, like today I saw, an Asian woman. And they're always so demure and they're, very, very polite and all that. And then I always think about how many Asian people there are. I'm like, man, they fucking hard and long and all the time. Like, you can't have populations like that. Like, every time you see somebody out there that has, like, that really, like, what we'll call, I don't know, like a personality trait that seems very, like, quaint and meek. Just remember, their culture, they like to get down and dirty. You know what I mean?
I mean, you're assuming that it's rotten, filthy, dirty sex, man. This could be just sweat, 5 minutes of sweaty in out in missionary position.
I guess, man.
Could be.
But you gotta. That's almost worse, by the way, in my opinion. Like, if you put on a production, like, where it's like, oh, hey, let's go get those toys out and put on our fancy outfits. Like, that's almost like, man, you guys are really trying, aren't you? But if you got, like, 5 minutes of filthiness, like, that's like pure animalistic aggression.
Right. Yeah. Hold on. Like, two parents who are trying to get it in who realize they have a 5-minute window. Hey, our calendars opened up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a different type of thing. That's
Gotcha.
not what you call love making. That's just aggression and
Gotcha.
instinct.
Then camera cuts and it cuts immediately. Like 5 minutes later, you're like, all right, whew, I'll make some waffles.
So, like, I always think about these Indian ladies who are always so, like, meek and proper and all that, and then it's like, there's 2 billion of them.
Oh, yeah.
And they didn't get that way by being meek and proper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's got to be a pull cord on that robe. Just drops it quickly. Boop.
So it just makes you look at people in general a pinch different. But anyway, I digress.
In this conversation, we've gone from 4 to 8,000. I swear to God.
Sure.
On some listener comments, we stocked these up over the last couple weeks. First coming in from YouTube, Robert Downey Jr.'s epic transformation, Mataz4437 writes, the only thing they could do here, in my opinion, is show us that Victor Von Doom went into Tony's body. He fucked that up. Went into Tony's body the same way, and is now Tony Stark, the way he became Doctor Doom. Does that make much sense to you all?
No.
Look, everybody's got these theories. Here's a theory: Robert Downey Jr. is an actor. See, there was a time
Who has
where
sex
Chris
occasionally.
Evans, probably more than occasionally. Chris Evans, an actor who played Johnny Storm in the original Fantastic Four movies, and then was cast to play Captain America in the Avengers movies. And everybody was like, how are they going to do that? Does that mean that Johnny Storm is going to fall into a volcano and have his atoms split up and then they're going to reform and he's going to be a whole new person? No, he's a fucking actor.
He's going to fall into a crypto volcano and come out as something totally different.
But the thing is, look, Victor Von Doom his face is all fucked up and he wears a fucking outfit made of metal. As long as Robert Downey Jr. still has chops acting inside of his body, and you can shut your fucking mind up, like, how does this relate to Tony Stark? Maybe it just doesn't, and it's still a good movie, and it's a great choice because he's one of the best actors of an entire generation of people. Suck it up, shut your mind off. It's a fucking movie franchise.
There you go. Speaking of movie franchises, Hugh Jackman's journey on YouTube, Benedict Garner 1412 writes, Hugh Jackman was actually the one who approached Ryan Reynolds about the Deadpool Wolverine series.
Okay.
Cool, nerd.
And
Murr's whole point was that Ryan Reynolds was like, it erected him from the dead. Him being Hugh Jackman.
Okay. So, when Hugh Jackman, oh my God, here I'm going to pull out my entire nerdiness here. When Hugh Jackman did X-Men Origins Wolverine, he wanted Ryan Reynolds to play Deadpool. Fox Spotlight got involved and decided that they wanted to fuck up the Deadpool character. And Ryan Reynolds is like, well, this might be the only time I ever get a chance to play this character. It sucked for him. And then finally, when this particular project 20 years later rolled around, Ryan Reynolds was like, hey man, I think you should do Wolverine again. And then finally Hugh Jackman was like, I'll do it. So whatever.
So Benedict Garner's wrong?
I'm going to say absolutely yes.
Okay, fair enough. Tooth Fairy hack, Onyx the Femme writes.
Hold on, let me go back. He's not wrong. He's wrong about this particular version of it.
Okay. All right. Tooth Fairy hack on YouTube. Onyx the Femme writes, guy on top looks like a white Lalo Salamanca. I think it's from Breaking Bad.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
Talking about me?
Yeah. Should we? Should I do a Google image search?
Yeah, it's been a while since I've watched Breaking Bad. So I assume I look like a dirty Hispanic drug dealer. Is that what we're getting at?
Yeah.
Describe dirty. Be a little more. Okay. You know what? I'll take it. I'm fine with that.
I could see that a little. Yeah.
Why don't you get up like this right here?
I just because okay. I
Maybe
mean,
you should wear some more neck neckerchiefs.
Oh, okay. I can do that.
Neckerchiefs.
I was gonna say I can't do exposed neck because I've never been able to develop my pectoral muscles to a point that satisfies me, and I don't have any chest hair, so it just looks like flat white chicken cutlet. If I leave my shirt unbuttoned.
This is a good one. This little.
I like that. Right, I don't have any hair though.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I like what I got going on, and I thank Alan for challenging me to do it.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Onion rings on Instagram. MTWolf16 writes, they're overrated because restaurant cooks always undercook them. Well done onion ring that's crispy and snaps when you bite it.
100%. You're not wrong for your assessment of onion rings, Wes. It's I mean, I guess it's like anything out there. Like, the problem is pizza's always kind of good, whether it's prepared properly or the ingredients are quality or not. But yeah, like something like an onion ring, it takes quality and care, man. And when it's done right.
I've never said they're bad. I just said they're overrated. That's all.
But they're overrated because they're very often done poorly.
Okay.
Yeah. I think they would be rated just fine in your book. I'm not saying oh, I gotta get the onion rings. But like I said, I only order onion rings when I go to Red Robin because Red Robin seems to understand the importance of a good onion ring.
That's
Red
solid,
Robin.
solid philosophy. But yeah, I
The
mean,
B
dude,
and
just
BL.
think about like grilled onions. They're just delicious.
That's a good point.
How could a fried onion ring be bad unless it's prepared poorly?
But it is hard to do like that crispy exterior because you can't. Because then you also can't overcook the onion ring because then the onion inside gets like wet and slippery.
Yeah.
So you got to get it all just timed out right to where the onion ring's almost not raw, but like on the verge of becoming fried onion and just yeah.
Again, maybe I haven't had a good one, but I've just there's people who seek them out, and I've never been like cool. Bloomin' Onion at Outback is a clear example where people said, "Yeah, that's really good," and I'm like, "Okay, yeah,
See,
I enjoy them, but
that's hit or miss too because sometimes you get the bloomin' onion where they didn't cook it properly, and like the batter is still kind of like moist and mushy when you bite into it.
Yes.
Like that, you almost have to overcook a little. I'd prefer an overcooked bloomin' onion than an undercooked bloomin' onion. Yeah,
100%.
all right." Lastly, the B and BLT on TikTok. Mert, you told a great story about how your friend didn't realize that he was a devout Muslim was eating bacon and BLTs for about a decade and had to give them up. Aphrodite writes, "My friend didn't know that pepperonis weren't all made from turkey."
Oh wow, they were eating turkeroni and they got it flipped to the beefaroni.
That's right. Yeah. Bummer, man, bummer. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you.
The porkeroni. Actually, I think pepperoni is like a mix of like beef, pork, and I don't know if turkey. Normally,
I doubt turkey made it into the pepperoni recipe originally.
the original pepperoni.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. No.
I do want to educate you guys on something that I didn't know existed, or maybe just recently existed. But Bridgefield, who makes a really Hormel makes a good pepperoni. I think Hormel's kind of like usually like a generic meat, but they do make a great pepperoni. But Bridgefield makes the best pepperoni in my opinion. And I just learned that they also make a pepperoni-shaped hard salami in a bag.
Damn.
And I bought some of those, and I will order cheese pizzas, and when we're done with them, I'll bag them up and put them in the fridge, and then when I reheat them, I put these fucking hard salami slices on. Oh, boys.
Sounds pretty delicious.
Change your fucking lives.
Don't become a devout Muslim. So he's telling us.
Yeah.
That's the moral of this story here, right?
No, steal yourself a Bible and order yourself some Subwork, baby.
That's it. Alan, tell all the crypto volcano chasers where you can find the middle classes.
It's the worst mistake I could have made.
Yeah, I don't even know where to even. I don't even know how to spin that one. You can find us on all your favorite social media platforms. We're at MDL Class Holes on Instagram and Twitter. We're the Middle Class Holes on Facebook and TikTok and YouTube and all that fucking shit. And then for your listening pleasures, please check us out on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify.
That's right. Folks, we're going to leave you with a middle class hole this week in Middle Class Holes history, where Murr poses the question: if you were going to mate any two animals ever in the animal kingdom, I didn't watch it. I didn't go back and listen to it again. Don't know. I'm actually going to after I edit this.
I know. I'm intrigued.
Yeah. 2 weeks from now, we're going to attempt to get the DU folks on, as well as a long-awaited Good Bad Movie review, Detroit Rock City, and then a few other interviews to come. So enjoy the end of your summer. Soak it up. Get silly.
Lean into those photos, ladies.
Lean into those photos. Make sure you're all the same height, ladies.
Squat
Duck
it out.
faces. Quads up. Good night.
If you could breed a hybrid animal of any two species, what two would you choose?
Oh, dude, we don't even have time for this. Oh man, That is so hard. Like as a pet or just yeah. Oh God, there's so many. Because like I could just keep like I don't know. What would I cross a wolf with to make it bigger?
A bear?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that'd be kind of cool. It probably wouldn't work genetically. It'd probably be in horrible pain and live like 5 years.
This is your island, Dr. Moreau. You do whatever you want.
Oh God, probably like if I was just reaching in the bag and just mad scientist in and up, like I'd go with like a Wolverine and a fucking platypus. Yep. So, all right.
For what purpose? There has to be a use for this very vicious platypus
with 4 asses, of course. Yeah, get some water. Get yourself. This explanation is gonna. This explanation. The Wolverpuss. This explanation is gonna require
with a pussery.
Require a freshly hydrated palate.
Yeah. So.
Oh, Pusserine! Wasn't that a Bush song?
So it's an animal for companionship and protection. I want to start there. So yeah, I think it's roughly the size of a Wolverine. You get rid of the like super webbed feet, but it still has webbed claws, but also Wolverine claws, if that makes sense. So it becomes not only a land predator, but a sea predator.
Ooh, I do like that. But okay, but what is the use of your new hybrid animal?
Oh, so it's just like I think. Hopefully, I would like to think that I could train this Wolverine platypus hybrid to be a loyal companion, but it would also pretty much have free roam of whatever area I'm inhabiting because I can't honestly control it. It should kill the shit out of me. So hopefully my hopes is that it will be my companion / protector and kill and or platypus poison anything. Yeah, because so we didn't get that far. You asked a question, but it still contains the deadly venom that a platypus has, and also a duck bill. So it doesn't get the mouth of a Wolverine, but it still has the fierce claws.
So it's just a hilarious murderer.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't. Is this a throw-in now that this has to have purpose?
No. I mean, I would. Okay, I'm gonna say no. It's not contingent on having a purpose, but
I feel like that's fair. If you're gonna say something as ridiculous as I did, you have to back it up. So
yeah, like why? I mean, I think the question is begged in there. Like, well, why are you creating this animal? I think you both are probably aware by now that I'm going to be genetically modifying my 2 species as a war machine of some sort to release into battle in some capacity. So yeah, I have a purpose behind the 2 animals I want to crossbreed. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I feel like it's implied.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. I was thinking dolphin bald eagle.
Ooh.
I was thinking something that's extremely intelligent, predator of the sky, but can also then dive and swim around. You know, get all slithery with its mammally type of silky skin. It could overtake the bald eagle as the national symbol. It could be the bald dolphin, which are already bald, so it's a double entendre. I take it.
A dolphin.
Maybe there's a few feathers kind of like wriggling around somewhere. I don't know. I'm just thinking about how could I get the two badass animals that are air and sea, and make them. And they're both mammals.
Think about the air.
Yeah,
that's good.
I just have this vision in my head of like this just terrible, ferocious beast, and I would like to take a silverback gorilla and breed it seamlessly with a grizzly bear. I feel like
Jesus.
And I feel like that I would just have an entire squadron of these, and I would just release them into troubled parts of the world, and they would just unleash terrible military hell upon any regime.
Of the world. What does that mean?
What if they got
not working out down there? What
if they
let them loose?
What if they got smart and learned language and then took over the world?
Yeah,
I feel like I've seen this somewhere.
That's why you gotta. I mean, I know for apex predator purposes, like getting a silverback gorilla is great, but like that's how Planet of the Apes happens. Like you have to, you gotta make like I feel like you gotta keep high level primates out of the mix because you go fucking up and you make one, super smart. Even smarter than it needs to be, than it already is, then yeah, they've got thumbs. It's bad news, man.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't see them like, somehow weaseling their way into some strange like North Korean gun manufacturing building and getting a hold of AK-47s. And if that happened, I feel confident. I do feel confident there would be casualties if we had to take them down ourselves.
Well, maybe you give them the bear's hands and not the gorilla thumbs.
You gotta take the thumbs from
that's that. Maybe
there
that's
you go.
yeah.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking the musculature of the silverback with just the ferociousness, and because grizzly bears are the only bear that's like batshit crazy. Like they don't see things as like black bears are scared of humans because they're like, hey, what's that other thing with like forward facing eyes? What's he doing out here? The grizzly's just like looking through you as a soulless husk of flesh and bone that can tenderize you in 5 seconds flat. So yeah,
salmon.
Oh, by
I
the
said everything is salmon.
Yes.
By the way, we got a correction from a listener, one Rob O'Connor. He said that he listened to it in a podcast that we had where Murr during a 3 and Out said how many men take down a grizzly. I don't know if it was me or you, Alan, but one of us said 15. And Alan said you can throw, or Rob said you can throw 15 Brock Lesnar's at that grizzly, and they're all going to die. All of them.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I stringently made that argument myself, and I just appreciate the backup.
Yeah. What'd you say?
That's true.
Probably true.
I don't remember what you said. So grizzly and grizzly meets gorilla, and it's Grizilla. It's Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Maybe that we should have done that, Godzilla, and mix it with the Chihuahua.
I'll tell you what, next week we can do mythical creatures. What 2 mythical creatures would you breed together?
Beautiful.
Ooh.
And that, my friends, is your 3 and Out.
Well, I appreciate it. Everybody, check us out on all the updated social media platforms. We're trying to get that goddamn Facebook thing sorted out, but it looks like those pricks are going to make us make another page. That's okay. That won't hold us down. Right,
Zuckerberg won't Zuckerberg us. We're not going to let it happen.
We're gonna send in, Grizola. We're gonna send in the
Wolverpuss,
the Wolverpuss, and the ball dolphin into Facebook Central.
Fucking awful animals!
Take care of business.
Every opportunity to make something cool, and we just blew it.
I'm just disappointed in myself because I feel like I'm the only one that took the question moderately seriously.
I mean, you said any animal.
I know what I said. You didn't have to choose any animal.
And you hadn't even finished the question, and I was like, all right, something and platypus.
I should have just said
I don't know what.
I just should have said me and Salma Hayek. That'd have been very yeah.
Most every day I always seem to find myself late. Might be on as fuck, I'm still riding like a pup. I fell down, but my dick's still up.
may need a hand when I'm just too drunk to stand. I don't need your sympathy, keep your judgment too. 'Cause you just give it a little pull, and my dick's strong like bull, ready to satisfy my woman the whole night through. I get drunk most every day. Everyone knows Scooter is a gay. Might be on his fuck, I'm still riding like a pup. I fell down, but my dick's still up. I fell down, but my dick's still up. I fell down, but my dick's still up.